Have you ever looked at someone and thought, I wish I had their confidence? Maybe it's the person who speaks without hesitation, the one who walks into a room without looking nervous, the one who doesn't seem afraid of rejection or failure. It's easy to believe they were simply born that way. But what if I told you confidence isn't something you're born with? What if it's something your brain learns? Psychologists have spent decades studying confidence, and one thing has become clear. The most confident people aren't the ones who never feel fear. They're the ones who trained themselves to act despite it. By the end of this video, you'll understand why confidence isn't magic, why fake confidence never lasts, and the simple psychological habits that slowly transform ordinary people into confident ones. Imagine two children learning to swim. The first child jumps into the water every weekend. The second child never gets into the pool because they're afraid. A year later, which child is more confident? Obviously, the one who practiced. Confidence works exactly the same way. Your brain doesn't reward wishing, it rewards experience. Psychologist Albert Bandura called this self-efficacy, your belief that you can handle challenges. Where does that belief come from? Not from motivational videos, not from positive affirmations. It comes from doing difficult things and realizing, I handled that better than I expected. Every challenge becomes evidence. Every success becomes proof. Confidence is simply your brain collecting evidence that you're capable. Our brains love comfort. Comfort saves energy. Comfort feels safe. But there's a hidden cost. Imagine a circle around you. Inside the circle is everything familiar. Outside the circle are conversations, opportunities, new friendships, public speaking, starting a business, asking someone out, trying something you've never done. Every time you avoid stepping outside that circle, the circle becomes smaller. Your world slowly shrinks. Now imagine the opposite. Every time you try something uncomfortable, your comfort zone expands. What felt impossible 6 months ago eventually becomes normal. Confidence isn't waiting outside the comfort zone. Confidence grows because you leave it. Think about how you talk to yourself. Maybe you've said things like, I'm so awkward. I always mess things up. I'm just not confident. Here's the problem. Your brain listens. If you repeat something often enough, it begins treating it as truth. That doesn't mean you should lie to yourself. Instead of saying, I'm amazing at everything, say, I'm improving every time I practice. That's believable, and believable thoughts are much more powerful than unrealistic ones. Psychologists call this reframing. You're not ignoring reality, you're choosing a more helpful interpretation. Instead of seeing mistakes as proof you're incapable, you see them as part of learning. That single shift changes how you respond to failure. Many people believe confidence comes after a huge achievement. Getting promoted, starting a successful business, losing 20 kilograms, giving an incredible speech. But that's not how the brain works. Your brain pays attention to consistency. Imagine promising yourself you'll read 5 pages every day. It doesn't sound impressive, but after 30 days, you've kept 30 promises to yourself. Each one sends the same message. I can trust myself. Confidence isn't built by one huge victory. It's built by hundreds of tiny victories nobody else sees. Making your bed, going to the gym, finishing a task you didn't feel like doing, showing up when it's easier to quit. Every small action becomes another brick in the foundation. Perfection feels safe. If everything is perfect, no one can criticize us. But perfection has a problem. It delays action. You spend so much time trying to avoid mistakes that you never actually improve. Think about your favorite athlete. Do you think they became great without missing shots, without losing games, without embarrassing themselves? Of course not. Mistakes weren't obstacles. They were teachers. Psychologists call this a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset don't ask, What if I fail? They ask, what can I learn? That simple question removes much of the fear surrounding failure. Imagine having a friend who constantly says, I'll be there, but they never show up. Eventually, you stop believing them. Now, think about yourself. How many promises have you broken? I'll start Monday. I'll wake up early. I'll stop procrastinating. Every broken promise quietly damages your self-trust. Real confidence begins when your actions match your words. Start making promises so small that failure becomes difficult. 5 push-ups, 10 minutes of reading, 1 healthy meal. Small promises, kept consistently. That's how self-respect grows. Here's something surprising. Confident people still get nervous. They still experience doubt. They still wonder if they're good enough. The difference isn't that they lack fear. The difference is they no longer let fear make their decisions. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing action while fear sits beside you. Every confident person you've ever admired has faced uncertainty. They simply stopped waiting for certainty before moving forward. If you take one lesson from this video, let it be this. Confidence is not a gift. It's not reserved for a lucky few. It's built through repeated action, honest self-reflection, and the willingness to be uncomfortable. Every conversation you avoid is a chance to grow that you leave behind. Every challenge you accept is another piece of evidence that you're stronger than you thought. You don't become confident overnight. You become confident one decision at a time. So after this video ends, don't ask yourself, how can I become confident? Ask yourself, what's one uncomfortable thing I can do today? Because confidence isn't waiting for you at the finish line. It's created with every step you take toward it. If you enjoyed this video and want more psychology explained in simple, practical ways, consider subscribing. Your next breakthrough might begin with the next idea you learn.